In the depths of space, the crew of the spaceship Blue Goose celebrates the success of their mission as they prepare for the journey home. Captain Thom consults with his crew members, Ray and Susie, confirming that all systems are ready for the hyperspace jump. They decide to take a shortcut through the enigmatic region known as the local bubble. With final checks complete, they engage the ship's advanced systems and settle into their hibernation pods. As the crew slips into deep sleep, the Blue Goose initiates its jump into the unknown, hurtling toward their destination through the vast, uncharted void. Captain Thom jolts awake, greeted by a flashing system error warning on the control panel. Disoriented, he peers out the viewport and realizes they are docked inside an unfamiliar repair facility. Thom rouses Susie from her hibernation pod and instructs her to wake Ray. As he attempts to determine their location, an unexpected figure boards the ship. Greta, Thom's ex-girlfriend. Greta explains with a mix of exasperation and concern that a critical error in their hyperspace routing path left them stranded far from home. Susie, determined to investigate further, tries to access the ship's logs, but before she collapses without warning. Thom and Greta place Susie back in her pod, deciding it's best to keep both her and Ray in stasis for now. Greta leads Thom out of the ship, leaving the engineers to assess the Blue Goose. While having a drink in the station, Thom is approached by Greta. She tells him they're just beyond the Aquila Rift and still far from home. With a faint smile, she adds that she has been hoping to see him for a long time. Thom admits he missed Greta and regrets ever leaving. Their emotions take over, and they share a passionate moment together. Afterward, Greta reveals the harsh reality. They are 150,000 light-years from Earth, and the crew has been in stasis for several centuries. Even if they find a way back, the Earth they knew will no longer exist. She explains that a recurring routing error in hyperspace travel consistently brings ships to this location, trapping them far from home. Greta insists Thom wake his crew. Reluctantly, he revives Susie and introduces her to Greta. The moment Susie sees Greta, she becomes visibly agitated, claiming Greta isn't who she says she is. Her anger escalates, and she lunges at Greta, who quickly injects her with a sedative, causing her to collapse. Calmly, Greta tells Thom to try again later. Thom, unsettled by Susie's reaction, begins to doubt Greta. Confronting her, he admits he's starting to believe Susie might be right. Greta, unfazed, apologizes and delivers a chilling revelation. Thom is still in his hibernation pod, dreaming. Greta reveals that everything Thom has experienced since waking is part of a simulation, carefully constructed and fed to him while he remains in his hibernation pod. When Thom demands the full truth, she admits the routing error did bring them to this place, beyond the Aquila Rift, thousands of light years from Earth. Thom demands to know who Greta really is. She hesitates, stating she doesn't think he's ready for the answer. But after his persistent questioning, she reluctantly agrees, explaining that she cares deeply for all the lost souls who end up in this region of space. Greta wakes Thom in the real world. He finds himself as an emaciated old man, his body frail and ravaged by time. With mounting horror, he sees the Blue Goose ensnared in a massive, intricate web, surrounded by countless other ships similarly trapped. The area teems with small, arachnid-like alien creatures skittering over the wreckage. He realizes Susie and Ray are already gone. His gaze shifts to Greta, who is revealed to be a monstrous alien spider. Frozen in terror, Thom lets out a piercing scream. In an instant, he jolts awake, back in his hibernation pod aboard the Blue Goose. The nightmare begins anew. Greta appears inside the ship. The creature has wiped his memories and placed him back into the simulation. The episode ends with the revelation that the creature has done the same to the rest of the crew, along with countless other souls who end up trapped in this place. Please like and subscribe the channel for more videos like these.